Good morning, everyone. Today I've brought a couple of props with me. I've brought my big teddy bear and I've brought my yellow bouncy ball. And that's because the book we're going to be reading today is called Bear and Ball. And what we're going to be looking at is using the pictures to decode the words. So that's the illustrations to decode what's written on the page. And we're also going to be checking that using our phonics skills. So here is our book, Bear and Ball. And I can see in the illustration that there's both a bear and a ball. So that makes it quite easy, doesn't it? And it's written by Cliff Wright. Now, normally with books, we see two names here, don't we? We see the name of an author and the name of an illustrator. But in this case, there's only one. So Cliff Wright wrote all of the words and he also did all of the pictures. He's both the author and the illustrator. And that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at our first page. Here we've got a bear. And down here the word starts with B. Do we think that might say bear? I think so. Bear. This three-letter word here, A-N-D, that's and. Now that's on every second page. We need to remember that one. And. And what have we got on this page? Looks like a ball, doesn't it? And the word down here starts with a B sound. And it's also got a L sound at the end, doesn't it? L. And ball. So I think the sentence altogether is bear and ball. And over on this page, we've got another bear and another ball. And the word down here does start with B. But it doesn't look like the word bear. And it doesn't look like the word ball. If we compare the two pictures, because that's something this author is very good at doing, he compares on both pages, I can see that this picture here, the bear and the ball are quite large compared with this one over here, aren't they? This one's got a little bear and a little ball. So do we know a word that starts with B that means large? What about big? Let's try it. B-I-G. Big. Ooh, I think that word might be big. Remember this three-letter word here, and. We knew that this one here, this picture is quite little in comparison to this picture, isn't it? The bear is little and the ball is little. Does little work? Big and L. Oh, that's not an L sound, that's a S sound for a snake. Do we know a word that means little that starts with a sound? Maybe small. Check. We've got a sm, and at the end we've got a L sound. Small. Big and small. I think we're right. This picture here, the little bear looks like he's chasing, doesn't he? He's chasing the ball. Oh, it could be running, maybe. But looking down at this word here, I don't see the ing on the end of it, which would mean ing. Do you remember that from an earlier video? So it can't be running or crawling. But maybe it is run or chase. Should we have a look? That starts with an sound. I think it might be run. We know this three-letter word here is and. And what does it look like he's doing in this picture? He's down on all 4 feet. And he's kind of edging along. I think that might be crawling. Do you think think he might be crawling. But I still don't see the ing sound there on the end, the ing. Maybe it's just crawl. Should we check? It's got a k, r, and on the end it's got a l, crawl. I think that fits. Run and crawl. Let's see. On this page, the little bear's reaching for the ball, isn't he? And he can't quite reach. He's a little bit little. Let's try little. L. Doesn't quite work, does it? Because that's another S sound. But it's not small, because small went s, and this one goes s, sh, sh. S-H together makes a sh, sh sound. So it's not a sm, small sound, it's a sh sound. What's another word for small that starts with a sh? Maybe short. Short. And this one here is quite big compared to the little bear, isn't he? He's standing up quite high, quite tall. Short and all, tall. That works. What are they doing in this page? The little bear is standing on the big bear. Try and get his ball. So this word here might be stand. Should we try it? St. And then look. Can you recognise that three-letter word from over here? That's and, isn't it? St and stand. So here they're stand, standing, stand. And what's happening in this picture? They were balancing on the ball, but no, it looks like they've come crashing down. Or they might be falling. Stand and all, fall. This one here, you can see that they're still falling. And he's the only person on the page. We might recognise this word from math. That's one. And we can tell by the clue that there's only one person on the page. And that's everyone all together. And this word here, you might recognise the sound from, here we go, here's those three letters again, A-L-L, f, all, and t, all. So these three letters, A-L-L, is an all sound. So I think this sentence altogether reads one and all. That's the end of the book. And on this page, they've got all of the pages really little, so you can read them all at once. How wonderful. I wonder if you noticed something about that book, learners. Something to do with these. That's right, there was no punctuation in this book at all, was there? There's no full stops, or question marks, or speech marks, or commas. That's a bit funny for a book. So my challenge for you is to look at contrasting words. So that's what the author was doing in this sentence, in this book, sorry. So he was looking at opposites, big and small. Opposites and contrasting are the same thing. So some other opposites we might have are young and old, or hot and cold. Are there any other opposites that you can think of? What I'd like you to do is draw a picture with your opposites, like Cliff has done in his book, where he's got short, and he's got a picture showing someone that's short, and tall, and he's got a picture of someone showing that they're tall. So maybe you could come up with your two opposites or your comparisons, and you could draw two pictures showing the comparisons with the words, and we'll see if we can use our decoding when you post them to figure out what they are. I would love to see that. Bye, learners.